Welcome to Tazin TV. I'm Bret Amundson. On this episode, the Canadian Fishing Network joins us for big trout.
That's a huge fish. Oh my. That's a huge fish.
Non-stop pike action.
You know, I've seen the pictures, but to see this in person, holy.
And amazing food. Stick around to see what a week at Tazin Lake Lodge is like.
Tazin Lake will be about an hour and 20 minutes.
Canadian Fishing Network is basically a platform through which the average angler, weekend warrior can promote themselves. We are obviously trying to promote Canadian angling at the same time, but it's all about fun. It's all about catch and release, conservation of our resource, and the education as opposed to humiliation tactic that we see far too often.
We believe in conservation here at Tazin Lake Lodge and practice catch and release as well, aside from a few eaters for shore lunch, of course. It allows those fish to continue to thrive and grow older and bigger here in Tazin Lake.
Monster trout, monster lake trout. And we researched it, looked at some pictures, and we realized that there was a large abundance of big fish.
Scottie and Scott have been introduced to Tazin Lake Lodge from fellow CFNer Lyndon Rempel, who had recently celebrated a birthday on the water.
Fishing in heaven.
Happy birthday.
Couldn't have been in a better place.
Lyndon and I jumped in the boat after a big birthday supper.
Had a great cake baked, which was unexpected.
The icing on the cake would be the 3 trophy lake trout that would follow.
Nice job, man. What do you got here?
45 and a half by 23.
Nice fish.
Beautiful Tazin Lake Lodge lake trout. How is it?
Nice fish.
Just gorgeous.
Nice job. Number 3 on the night for you. Congratulations.
Hello.
Well, thanks to Lyndon, I got introduced to this fishery. I had heard that it had monster lake trout in it. Didn't hear a lot about the pike fishing, just because you've got such freakish lake trout swimming these waters that is the main focus. If you want to come up here and fly fish, if you want to pitch spoons, if you want to try your favorite swim bait, there's really nothing that they won't hit. And they always seem to be cooperative. You'll find all kinds of bait, all kinds of structure. If there's anything I can really sell is the pike fishing. If we caught one, we caught over 200 in our week of stay.
Yesterday I was out here and I caught a fish, the same fish, 2 times, and it went for it the 3rd time. So it's just too easy. I've actually caught a fish with a tablespoon from the kitchen. I just took a drill and put a drill hole in each end of it, put a treble hook on one end and a ring on the other. So I mean, a lot of people swear by certain hooks, but I've proven that, you know, you could just about throw anything in there, and if you throw in the right spot and it does the right thing in the water, then you'll catch a pike, definitely.
Oh, well, pike fishing blew me away. I don't think there was a day, even when they were tight-lipped, that we couldn't catch them on just about everything we were using, whether it was spinners or crankbaits or blades or I literally, whatever we threw. So whatever we had on was the best lure to have on. The pike fishing, and when it turns on, oh, please, you can't find pike fishing like this anywhere else. I've fished for pike in just about all the provinces and a couple of the states, and when it turns on here, holy smokes, and some of the big pike that come underneath, I thought they were logs. I was like, hey, you should toss to that log. Wait, that log just swam away. Holy smokes, wicked pike fishing.
That's a big fish right there. And there's another one in the weeds right there too. There's pike everywhere, ladies and gentlemen. Pike everywhere. Oh, right there. Yeah, that's a big fish.
Man, there's a big pike in here. Monsters. Like, and to sight fish for them, like, I don't know how many we've seen in total now that are over 45 inches. There got to be 10 or 12. They are monsters. He's still.
Oh, big one's turning. Big one's turning.
Oh, just spit the rat.
Yeah, nice fish.
I've never seen anything like that in my life. Like, I've fished in a lot of places for a lot of pike, and I've never seen anything so amazing.
Oh my gosh, here's a huge one. Yep, I see him. I see him.
Right there. Oh, big. Holy. Come on, baby. Come on.
I can't see him, Barry. What's he doing?
Where's your fly? He's going for it.
Oh yeah, he is. Oh, he got it. He got it.
This is like number 4.
Oh, I gotta try to keep him out of the wood and out of those weeds. There's a log right there. Oh yeah, he's way over there. I'm wrapped on the log.
The line is to the left. The fish is to the right.
I still got him. I think I still got him.
Wrapped on that log.
I don't know if I still got him. I think I lost him.
That's the second big one under a log.
Damn it. It's the most fun fishing I've ever had.
I'm blown away.
I can't believe I lost that one.
If there's anything I can really say, the fishing is here, the cooking is up here.
So much comfort in the middle of nowhere. We were never lacking in attention. The food was probably 5-star the whole time. Even a breakfast, if you can say that a breakfast would be 5-star, it was. The accommodations we stayed at, having hot showers and nice comfortable beds, and when it got cold at night, the fires were already stacked and ready to be lit every day that we got into the cabins. The preparation that goes behind the scenes here for us was bar none the best I've seen.
This guy's not flying very good. Anything anybody eats when they come to the island is my responsibility.
You enjoy it?
I love it, actually.
Why do you like it here so much?
Well, it's beautiful here, first of all, and you see that when you get to this bay and you pull up to the beach, and this resort is second to none for frontage. I just think it's so beautiful here. This is I forget, my 5th or 6th season, and I look forward to it all year while I'm doing my real job, but it's wonderful, really. I've caught trophies around this area too, like straight across. I caught a trophy pike on my fly a few years ago. I think it might have been the first year I was here. It was 42 inches, and I was alone. I had a cradle in the boat, thank God, or it would have been really hard to land that by myself. And then behind the island, I got a trophy trout 2 years ago. And of course, I've got one of the bigger ones here, a 52-inch lake trout with a 26.5-inch belly.
It always seems to happen that way, that your best fish comes at the last minute. You know, everybody says last cast, which usually lasts 2 hours. Well, in this case, we waited till the last day to catch a personal best pike, and I can't thank Tazin, Lyndon, Bret, Barry, and everybody else here, Scottie as well, for helping net it. It's a team effort, and I call that a team personal best fish. Well, she was 46 and a quarter, which is a 1/4 inch larger than my personal best, but what was so astounding with this fish is the girth. I can't remember exactly how wide it was, but it was like nothing I've ever seen in a pike.
Scottie and I headed out one night, and it didn't take long for us to see some action.
Here we go, hooked up. Tazin Lake. Big lake trout.
110 feet of line out, 65 feet of water. We're gonna drift back towards this fish, try to get vertical with it. And once we get straight up and down, then the real fun begins. Although he's already been pulled line right away. Oh yeah. Hooked up. Tazin Lake Lodge. Tazin Lake experience.
Yeah.
Okay, there he is. There's some air bubbles. Ready?
Yep. Not that big.
All right. Nice job.
Yeah, baby.
Woo. When he was coming up, and I thought it was a big fish. It was all his trail of air bubbles behind him. I thought it was a real long fish.
Wow. That's a nice fish, buddy. Nice, well done.
All right, there's a nice Tazin Lake trout. It's not a giant, of course, probably high 30s, probably, but just angry fish, put up a good fight. Got a nice little picture here in a video. We're gonna put her back in the water now. Okay, and there he goes. Right down to the bottom. Woo!
Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Nice job.
Thank you.
Well done, Bret.
Beautiful scenery, beautiful company. You've got a great resort here, but your fishery is top shelf. And if you're looking for the opportunity to catch a personal best lake trout and northern pike, this is the place to come.
We had some really good experience with a lot of very large lake trout in the boat. It's unlike any lake trout I've ever caught, and I spend a lot of time targeting lake trout. It's a lot like fighting a serious halibut. There's a lot of depth and a lot of runs, and they're just unbelievable. They're just Tyrannosaurus trout. They're very big.
That's a huge fish.
Oh my. I was kind of prodded to stay out a little bit later.
So we're watching for air bubbles.
Yeah, and it's calm. It's very calm nights.
She made a couple really amazing runs that had my eyes quite popped out. I had no idea that it was going to be as big as it was.
Sorry, the picture quality is so dark. We decided to stay out a little late.
I had mentioned several times to Bret in the boat that I think that it was heavy, and I'm sure he's heard that before. People say, I think it's heavy, but it was heavy.
He's heavy. All right. He's heavy. Here we go, He's heavy.
190?
I don't know if this is high. Oh my goodness, he's heavy. That's a heavy fish. That's a heavy fish. Oh, there we go. I don't know if you can see at home. I have a very large arc in my rod right now. It's very much like fighting a halibut. Heavy with strong pulls. And just bringing them up slow. You don't want to horse them, and we want them to expel the gases. So thanks, like guy. Oh,
Look at that run.
There he goes. There he goes. Oh yeah.
Looks like he's at about 40 feet.
About 40. He looks like 60 pounds on the graph. So, it's a good one for sure.
All right, you're getting close. Let's look for some air bubbles here. Oh, I see the fish.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's
Oh, yeah.
a good one. Who's gonna go for it? Okay.
Oh, here come the air bubbles. There they are. There they are. It's good. It's good.
Good one. We got lots of air bubbles. So he's expelled some gases. That's good. We made a wicked run.
We wrestled that to the boat, got it into the net, and I was so beside myself to see a lake trout that was as big as a halibut, literally.
When you fight these, it's like fighting a salmon. There he is, turn. That's a big fish. That is a big fish. I'm all the way to the weights.
Huge fish.
Oh my.
That's a huge fish. That's a big fish right there. There's a lot of girth.
Oh boy. That was a lot of girth. Easily my personal best. I don't know if you can tell right now. I'm pretty elated. But this is pretty typical of the Tazin Lake experience. You get some really nice fish up here.
Then we spent a few minutes making sure she was good to go, and she paddled nicely to the bottom, and it was a very happy moment for me. I'll never ever forget that.
Persistence paid off, stayed out a little late, eh? Yeah. Well, that was an amazing fight. Thank you so much, Bret.
You bet.
Man, this Tazin Lake stuff is just absolutely unbelievable. Wicked pike all day in the 50-inch range, and then to come out here tonight and catch that. How much do you figure that weighed?
It's just off the top of my head, got to be mid-50s, close to 60, somewhere in there.
That is a personal best right here. Realistic Outdoors will probably not top that. Well, until next year when I come back out. Because why wouldn't I?
That's right.
Thanks again,
Congratulations.
Bret. Man. Woo!
Tazin Lake experience.
You bet it is.